The mic wasn't on. Go figure. How did I miss that? Sorry, guys. Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy TJ, the Jarhead Entrepreneur. Let's do this again. Sorry you guys couldn't hear me, but the mic wasn't on. I don't know why it wasn't on. It's always on, so I didn't turn it off. So I guess I must have bumped it when I was moving stuff around just a second ago. But hope everybody's doing good. I am back in the office this week, so not going to be doing much driving, if any, this week, just because it's the last week of summer for the kids. So we have got a jam-packed week before they go back to school Monday. My wife's district starts back on Wednesday, so she will have kids back in school on Wednesday. Our kids start on Monday, so going to be kind of just taking in some last bit of things of summer. With that, we've decided my son's birthday was last week, so we are going to go to Dave & Buster's Wednesday night. So there will be no auction this week. I haven't posted that anywhere. Just talked to the wife. Wife wanted to go after she gets off work. So we're going to take a break, 1 week break from the auction this week. I'm going to let Ella know because I haven't talked to Ella yet. I just literally got off the phone with my wife and she was like, let's go Wednesday because that's half price night. So we're going to go to dinner and then celebrate my son's birthday since he was at his mom's for the summer on Monday. So long week, if you guys have followed me on Instagram. I'm going to kind of touch on that today. Let me get to the chat. What is going on, Glenn? Swamp Pig is in the house. Sharon is in the house. Nicety, yep. Muted. Go figure. I got this nice bright mic. I don't know how I missed it. It wasn't on. But that's my bad. That's what I get for not being in the office all week, right? There we go. Take two. What's going on, Derek? ATL Flipper is in the house. Appreciate you guys being here. It's been a crazy long week. Did really well driving Uber. As you guys have followed my Instagram, I'm trying to log in. I had to reset my password. For some reason, my computer was been acting weird. So I've got to redo my password for Uber on the desktop. And I don't know why. I just changed it, but for some reason it was not working. So I'm logging in just so I can kind of show you guys that may not have been following the Instagram, kind of what last week looked like. Double check this. But it was a really well. Uber, I swear, Uber does this whole step 2 verification. Every time you log in, they want to send me a text message. Like, seriously, it's me. I confirmed it's me. But every time you log in, they want to send. It just gets frustrating. All these places doing this now. Let me go to last week. Here we go. Just kind of breaking it down. See what the statement looks like online. Yeah, it's there. But really good week last week. Let me bring this up. Let me zoom in. You guys can't see it. But this is what we did last week. $16.90.22. Plus, I got $18 in cash tips. This kind of breaks it down. I had a fare adjustment of $1.05. That happens typically all the time. This is what I made in base fare, which, like I told you guys, your money with Uber Eats is not in the trips themselves. This is what Uber paid for me doing 120 runs, $353. That was the base fare. I'm not sure what this doesn't come up on the app. So the fare trip supplement, I'm not sure what that is. Surge is Surge. If there's a high number of people using Uber Eats or Uber, an area will get a surge, and it simply gets you a few pennies more during that area. If you're taking passengers, it can be really good. Uber Eats isn't as good. We did get $300 in the promotion quest. This says referral reward, but it wasn't a referral. Uber gave me a promotion that guaranteed me $1,250 for 100 trips in just base fares, which is kind of what you see up here. Now, this was part of this week and part of last week because I started driving back last week. So I finished up the 100 trips this week. So that's why this was the difference of $596.98. So you take that from $1,250. And I made $553.02 in base fares, which is kind of like this number. So that's what I made. So they gave me the difference, which is what you see here this week. That won't happen every week. That just was like it was kind of like a welcome back. Any of the drivers that hadn't driven since June 21st of last year, pretty much when a lot of things got shut down for COVID, they kind of gave us like a welcome back bonus. So got $278 in tips. That's where your money's at. Your money is in tips and these promotions right here. These are your Quest rewards. Now you get to pick those based on what you think you're going to be able to do. Now for the week Quest, the week Quest goes from Monday at 4 a.m. to Friday morning at 4 a.m. That's the weekly Quest. Then you get another Quest for the weekend. So I chose a moderate one during the week because I didn't know how busy or how not busy it could be. Now, I didn't do much on Monday or Tuesday. I had to make up on Wednesday and Thursday for the weekly Quest. On Friday, on the weekend Quest, I crushed that thing. I picked a 50 and 70. We had 30 trips on Friday, 20 trips on Saturday, and then 28 trips on Saturday, and then I finished up with 12 trips on Sunday. So it was pretty easy to knock out I got a $90 bonus for the week Quest because I only hit 50 trips. I did 50-70 on both. So at 50 trips, they gave me a $90 bonus. And then for the weekend trip, at 50, I got 130. And then at 70, I got another 80 for a total of 210. So that's where 578 of my money last week was just in tips and the Quest bonuses. So 353, I made right at about $1,000 for the week minus this bonus right here. So it wasn't too shabby. Like I said, I don't say I ran myself in the dirt physically. It was rough because I drove pretty much Saturday and Sunday till almost 8 o'clock. And I was getting up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. Now, the hours, I had asked somebody to ask me, what the hourly rate looked like. It's hard to break it down because some hours you're just sitting there. There was a couple of times I sat for 45 minutes to an hour, and that typically happens between lunch and dinner. Breakfast and lunch kind of mingle together because you got people that are at work taking breaks and stuff. So pretty much from the morning to around lunchtime, noonish, it stays pretty consistent. After the lunch rush, it just kind of tapers off for a bit sometimes. Friday it didn't, but Friday I ended up in another town. So one thing about Uber and Uber Eats is you're not going to typically stay. You can, for the most part, stay in your area, but you'll get an occasion trip that'll take you outside to another city. I leave the app on and see what happens. I ended up picking up a valve from a Toyota dealership in Arlington and took it to Hearst. When I got to Hearst, my phone just started blowing up. It wouldn't stop. So I just kept at it Friday. That's how I did Friday. I did those 30 trips. It was crazy. Before I knew it, I was over 20 by like 4 or 5 o'clock. So then it kind of slowed down a little bit, and eventually I made my way back to Arlington. But I spent from about 11 o'clock till almost 4, I spent in other cities. I spent in Hearst, Bedford. I hit Colleyville for a couple of runs. And I had a couple that did that on Saturday or Sunday. I ended up going to picking up an IHOP order and took it to Duncanville, which is in the Dallas County area. So I ended up getting a couple trips there on Sunday before I just leave the app on and I drive back. But let me get to some of the questions in chat, see who's all here. What's going on, Roman? Roman is in the house. What's going on, Patrick Murphy? see, he says, hello, what's going on, Tyrannical? Just got to get to questions. What's going on, Pam? Appreciate you being here. I can't speak for DoorDash because I've never driven for DoorDash. I've only driven for Uber Eats. I have never done DoorDash. The only other thing I did outside of Uber was Point Pickup. And what Point Pickup does, that's the app that does Walmart grocery delivery as well as other package delivery services. That's the only other one I have done. So I run into a lot of DoorDashers out there, and they seem to be busy. They pretty much, all these apps pretty much pay the same. They pretty much are paying a similar, if not the same for your area. Now, each area you're in varies. If you're in an area where Uber Eats isn't a huge deal, you might get paid a little bit more because the runs just aren't going to be there. The quests aren't going to be there. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the area. And I'm in an area that there's more damn restaurants than you can imagine on this app. I've delivered from multiple new places every single day. And there's also Uber, like DoorDash, now has a card that they issue, that we can request. I requested one, and I actually did my first one on Saturday. And what that does is places that don't pull orders, i.e. Walgreens. I had a order to go pick up a 72 count bottle of Tums and deliver it to a restaurant for a lady that was there eating and ended up getting heartburn. Her and her husband. So they had Uber Eats. So what I did is I went, Uber Eats pops up with a shopping list. I go get the items, and when I check out, I use the card that I have from Uber. So the money from the customer is put on there. Then I have to upload a picture of the receipt with the items that were purchased and the prices, and then go deliver it. It was pretty simple, but that card is used for places like Walgreens that doesn't have people that pull orders, stuff like that. I also on Saturday did a package delivery. I pulled up to a house. They brought me out this little, one of those clear plastic bags that like your comforter set comes in. It was filled with a bunch of toys and new toys and stuff. And I delivered them 12 minutes up the road to another person. So that's another service that you can opt into. You don't have to do them, but it's another service called Connect that you opt into. You get flat rate mileage, I think, for that. So it's almost like a passenger. So for that 12 minutes, I got like $6.05. It took me like 8 minutes or 9 minutes to get up the road, whatever it was. But it wasn't too shabby. What's going on, Slot Prince? Now, how many miles do I drive? It varies. It varies on how many trips I do and where those trips take me. Like Friday, I drove some crazy miles because I ended up, 30 to 45 minutes away at one point from my house. So I drove a little bit more miles. It just depends on how busy. Sometimes, like Saturday, for the most part, I stayed in the local area, so it wasn't as bad. Even though I did 28 deliveries, I didn't go too far. But driving my truck, I drove my wife's vehicle for the most part, but Saturday and Sunday I used my truck, and I'm not really miles. I got a diesel truck, so I drove all day. Well, I drove Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in my truck and barely used a quarter tank of gas. So it just varies on where the trips end up taking you. But you can expect, if you're staying busy for a good portion, a typical day is 100 to 120 miles. But like I said, that varies. I mean, you could get 10 deliveries that are all pretty close. But, the most you're going to deliver, like 20 minutes is about the farthest you're going to get for a delivery, usually. Sometimes the customer picks the wrong store, which is what happened last, Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I got a high school, I got a delivery to the high school from the Starbucks all the way on the other side of town. So I live by I-20, And it was about 18 minutes to that school. And what happened is she realized once she saw me pick up the order and go to start delivering it, that she picked the wrong one. So that's one thing with Uber Eats. It lets the customer pick the store, which I do like as a customer, because I had an issue with an IHOP. They kept forgetting things in my order. I have another IHOP that's close enough that I could get delivered to, and I switched to it. So having that, I know like DoorDash, I think you just pick what you want and then it goes to the local store. But that's the only thing, is sometimes they pick them from the wrong store. What's going on, Westside Gary? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you. Just kind of flying through chat, see if there's anybody new by saying hello. What's going on, Johnny? 16 awesome people. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah, your gas prices in Cali are nuts. I got a good Marine Corps buddy that's out in LA County, and he posted his gas. Like, I paid our diesel's $2.79, and I think our unleaded's $2.85. So, yeah. But if you're driving for passengers, passengers in LA is very, very lucrative. Especially in my train. Yeah, I filled up. Let's see. Like I said, in my wife's car, I use more gas than anything. Like I said, I filled up my truck on Friday and drove all weekend. I still have half a tank of gas. My diesel gets a lot better gas mileage in my wife's car. I do too, just because sometimes it doesn't get there right away. But sometimes I've also gotten to. It's nice when I'm sitting in bed and don't want to go anywhere. What's going on, Justin? Appreciate you being here. Florida Claimers Ted, what's going on, boss? Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I tell you what, I did the Walmart deliveries when I was in North Carolina with point pickup. I haven't done anything with Amazon yet, but like I said, I just started back with Uber Eats, so I'm just going to kind of let it roll. There's a couple apps. I mean, out here. Amazon, problem in my area is Amazon has their own delivery trucks here. So I don't know how much with Amazon here we would get. But there are people that do it. For sure. Did I pop out chat? No, I didn't. What's going on, Maria, in real life? Appreciate you being here. Simply Dana in the house. Yes, Dana's still alive. She had an awesome video premiere yesterday. It was pretty nice. Very nice cover. Woo, $4.89. Yeah. I told my buddy he needs to come to Texas. He was complaining about the gas prices. I said, well, you're living in California, dude. There ain't no way you couldn't pay me to live in California. I was born and raised there and then spent 5 years there as a Marine at Camp Hilton. You couldn't pay me to live there. And not that it's a bad place. It's just too high, and I like my guns. So, but it's just the cost of living is just insane. Insane. Here we have our own pipeline. We have the Texas pipeline, so we have our own fuel. So our fuel stays pretty. It ain't cheap, but it ain't $4.89. I'm getting 2 gallons to your 1. What's going on, Anna? If cars ran out methane, I'd have a lifetime supply. Yes, let's go. Cleveland is $3.09. Yeah, we got up to like $2.99 since I've been here, but I think that's the highest. And that was like 4th of July weekend. It's pretty much stayed $2.59 to $2.85-ish in that range. What's going on, my man Marcus? Appreciate you being here. Nah, you're not late to the party. Better late than never. Somebody saying hello. Yes, I have a bag, an insulated bag that I keep on the passenger side seat. I'm actually going to order one more. I'm going to order a smaller one because I've had a few pickups in the mall. And on Saturday, I had a pickup at Charlie's in the mall and ended up getting a second delivery at the same location. Both of them had drinks. Like, I had a stack of stuff. So I usually just keep it in my truck, put the food in there, and then I zip it up. and I keep it in there until I deliver it. So yeah, I have a warm bag. I have a big one. It's like a big duffel bag. Yeah, his gas prices are crazy. T3's home, Mom. I picked him up today. Yeah, California is crazy. Well, I say I wouldn't mind living there if the cost of living wasn't crazy. What I liked about California, you've got mountains, you've got ocean, you've got lakes, and you've got desert. You have all four major areas, but it's just the cost of living. I mean, I couldn't do it. Yeah, minimum wage workers, unless they're working for In-N-Out Burger, because In-N-Out Burger pays well. They pay well here. They pay $15 an hour here to start at In-N-Out. But that's still, in California, that doesn't go very far. But yeah, I do carry a hot bag. Like I said, I'm going to order a smaller one just so if I go into places like the mall, I have that with me. Most places use Uber Eats have a system. A lot of them put the drinks in a drink carrier inside the bag. I know McDonald's is awesome for that. They have a special one that they put inside the bottom of the bag and to hold drinks and stuff. And most of them, Starbucks is the same way. They have a drink holder that goes inside their bag, which makes it very convenient. Starbucks has handles. A couple of places haven't caught on to the fact that we have to carry, because they seal the bags. A lot of them have seals that seal the bags so that the food isn't messed with by the drivers. But so most of them are sealed. So if you go into a place that doesn't have handles on the bag, you're kind of like putting a hand over the top and the bottom or cuddling the thing. So that's why I'm going to go get a smaller bag that I can take into places for, like, if I know I've got a big order, then I tight in Oakland and quit taught. Oh, taught in Oakland and quit. And you stuck with rich people, and you got stuck on rich people. Yeah, I mean, we got some rich people. I mean, I've delivered to some $1 million homes here. What's going on, Ella? I'm going to message you after this, but we're going to cancel the auction this week, only because my wife wants to go out to dinner Wednesday night to Dave & Buster's for my son's birthday. So I was getting ready to message you before the auction, but I totally lost track of time. But we're gonna push auction to next week, Ella. So your Wednesday is free. Yeah, this week, and like I said, this week I'm not going to be driving. Am I making money do it? Oh, I made a killing. I mean, I did $1,700. Now I won't do that every week. $700 of that was the bonus, the extra bonus. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ella. I hope it. I got back problems myself. I've got a doctor's appointment next week, so I hope you get some rest. But even once school starts back, I said I didn't start driving back for Uber Eats. I did it for extra money. It's easy money. I can do it at my leisure. What's great about it is the fact that I can turn the app on and off whenever I want. School starts back next week, so I'm pretty much from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is my window to do any deliveries during the week. I got to drop my son off at 8 o'clock and my daughter off at 8:45. So pretty much, and then I have to pick my son up at 3. My daughter is, her friends, we're kind of doing a swap. I'm taking the kids in the morning and they're bringing them home in the afternoon. So with my daughter at the junior high. I'm only going to have like a 6-hour window to deliver. So I'm not going to get a whole lot of delivering during the week. I'm going to be pretty much trying to knock it out on the weekends as best I can if we don't have anything. But it's just extra money to help us max out our Roth IRAs and our savings accounts. So thank you. Yeah, his his birthday was last week, but he was with his mom in North Carolina. He goes to North Carolina in the summer with his mom. So I just got him back today. So we're going to do cake and presents tonight, and then we're going to go half price night at Dave & Buster's. We love it. So we'll go eat dinner, and then we will play some games because I love. I'm actually trying to get save up to get 100,000 so I can get one of the systems. I already have my brother-in-law bought us a Nintendo Switch. That was what I was saving the tickets up for. So now I'm going to have to think about something else or see what else comes out in the future. But the kids spend their tickets, but I save mine. Woo! Yeah, I need to go to a chiropractor myself. But yeah, definitely hope you're feeling better, Ella. Backs are no joke. Yeah, we just had, like I said, we're going back, no virtual. As of right now, there's no virtual, but they're subject to change. They just updated the virtual COVID protocols and stuff like that for the school district, so we'll see how it goes. Nice of you, crazy girl. You crazy. My kids go back to school in a month. Yeah, I tell you what, I like Texas going back mid-August because they're done. The kids are always done before Memorial Day weekend, so I kind of like that aspect of it. They'll go back for a few weeks, get out for Labor Day weekend, and then go. So they'll be in school until. Now here we do a full week off for Thanksgiving, which I like as well. The kids are off the entire week, so they don't just get like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They get the whole week off. By saying hello. But yeah, so this week, just going to kind of chill out. I got some stuff around the house I got to get done. I got to finish this room. I got to get my new desk put together. It's still sitting right here. So me and my son are doing that tomorrow. I have an eye appointment in the morning. I haven't had my eyes dilated or checked since 2010. So last time I had them, I was on active duty. So I've got to go get my eyes dilated because these are just reading glasses from Dollar Tree. I just wear a pair till they get to where I can't see, and then I up to the next 0.25. So I'm going to go get my eyes dilated and get them looked at and get an actual prescription because I'm starting to be able to not see certain things a little bit blurrier than usual. 125 kids got, yeah, it's getting crazy. I'm in southeast Arlington, Texas. Georgetown, I don't know. Let me look up where Georgetown is compared to me. I'm not familiar with Georgetown. I've heard of it, but not exactly sure. I know it's between me and Austin, but I'm not sure exactly like how far that is. Austin's 3 hours from me, so it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, Georgetown is right before Round Rock and Austin, so it's just north of Austin. So about 2 hours and 40 minutes-ish from me is where Georgetown is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was on active duty, I only had a prescription for my left eye, and only had a prescription because I was getting headaches behind it a lot. And what they determined was my left eye was just a slight off and was trying to constantly catch up to what my right eye was seeing. So I was getting headaches. So I had a prescription in one lens. I had 20/14 vision, but I just was getting headaches. So they gave me prescriptions. But now that I'm 45. Things are starting to go downhill, so I definitely got to get a new prescription. Yeah, this whole new Delta virus. I know Dallas County, which is north of me, they went into like COVID code red, which they hadn't been in since February. So the number of cases with that new Delta strain has kind of like thrown everything off kilter. Yep. So, you know, if it goes virtual, it goes virtual for us. But as of right now, I said everything is going. There's no, well, my wife's district's a little different than where my kids are at. My kids their district just posted their new protocols based on the CDC guidelines and stuff. So they are no virtual right now, but that's subject to change. My godchild is in high school, Gary, in Pleasant Hill. I last went to school in Lakewood, California. I was at Killingsworth Junior High in Lakewood. It's the last California school I went to. That was in seventh grade. Mississippi is totally red. Yeah, it's getting ramped up again. So we shall see how all this plays out again. And that's the other reason I haven't messed with passengers again. I don't mind doing food. Most of the deliveries are drop off at location, drop off at door and leave. They're not I've only done a few handoff orders. Most people are selecting no contact, just leave. Uber has we take a picture of it. So if they select leave at door, when we go to close the order, it pulls up a camera. So we put the order down, take a picture, and then we close it out, and it sends that picture to the customer, lets them know their food's delivered. So it's not too bad. I said if I go into a store, I have a mask on. But we haven't really been out and about too much. But Toledo, Mississippi, I've only been through Mississippi. Stopped there. Well, we stopped there a couple times on that trip to Alabama. Well, Roman, Florida's had the beaches open forever. Texas was the first country to claim we were open, but nothing was really open. Like we were still walking around with masks. But Florida opened up those beaches, and it was just a matter of time. Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's my whole wife's thing with teaching is the protocols are there for the students, but the students got options here, but the teachers didn't. I wrote a few nasty emails to the superintendent of my wife's, the district that my kids are in, which my wife was teaching in last year, because the parents are able to opt out for their kids to stay virtual, but the teachers had no options. Now in North Carolina, they had teachers that could opt out, and what they did is those teachers taught the kids that were virtual. They had teachers assigned to the kids that were virtual. My wife here, their district was teaching both. So they were having to teach the kids in the classroom and the virtual at the same time. And there was a lot of confusion with the kids not logging on at the right times, not being able, the teacher having to focus on the kids in the classroom, but still at the time when the virtual kids were on, it was just rough because there weren't no extra teachers. So the same teacher was now having to pretty much split attention into two different areas, one being online virtual and one with kids in the classroom. So it was a pretty nasty situation. There was a lot of teachers that quit, that moved to different districts because, like I said, I wrote a nasty email and I pretty much got back, well, we're trying to do the best we can for our teachers. But, honestly, were they? Because it got to a point where there was, at my wife's school, if one of their students contracted it, they automatically got put on 10 days of quarantine. So, and then if one of the teachers got it that my wife co-taught with, the same thing had to happen. So, they had teachers that were having to fill in because X amount of teachers were out on quarantine because one of their students had caught it or had tested positive. And then those teachers that were left there had to cover because those kids were still coming to the classroom where now there were no teacher. The teacher was at home teaching virtually. It was a mess. It was a mess. It got to the point where why aren't we just shutting the schools down? Shutting them all down completely, 100%. The teachers, and the kids were good with the virtual program. Just do it that way. So, what's going on, Glenn? Yeah, whole school is closed here, and that's the way it should be. I think it definitely should be. Oh, you're good, Shane and Samantha. You're good. Yeah, it's going to be a big mess, but at least, hopefully, because we already dealt with it, hopefully this round, as far as everything will go a little smoother. People are already used to it. We're not making stuff up on the fly like they were last time. Yeah, nobody can predict anything, And so, better be prepared, and hopefully a lot of lessons were learned with the first go round, and we kind of, it sucked. It sucked being home or not being able to go places, especially like we moved to Texas because we wanted to be where everything is and have things to do, and then we couldn't do them for, so much. Thanks, Gary. There's a link for it in the description below. You can look it up on Amazon. It is the HyperX Quadcast S. I love it. It's got multiple settings. You can set it out. You can tap it to mute when there's no color, it's muted. Which should be an indicator, but if you don't look at your mic when you go live, like I did today, you end up talking to nobody or talking with no sound. Yeah, treatments. Yeah, I really have empathy for the the ICU nurses and doctors and stuff, that all the nurses, doctors, ER nurses that are on the front line just having to deal with that. I got a few friends in the medical field here in Texas that, and one of them works in a elderly facility, so it's even more rampant there, and the protocols are even worse. So more signatures on lunch. Are you guys? That's right. You guys are hanging out at that Comic-Con's in your area. Yeah, it's a pretty nice mic. My childcare bill is freaking astronomical. The first wave of COVID. And that's the other thing. Schools shut down, and you've got kids that are old enough to be home by themselves, or a parent that's home that can stay with them, and then there's childcare, and then there's the issue with one of those kids at the childcare facility, or comes in contact with somebody. It's a mess. It's definitely a mess. I haven't resent the package, Tyrannical. That's what I said. I checked the package and it's lost, so I have to go. I have to go buy the stuff and resend it. I got you. I didn't send anything out last week. Do you connect? No, this one connects. Yeah, right to the. It's actually USB. It comes with a cable, a USB cable that plugs right into the back of the computer. So there's no audio cable with it. It's a USB mic. But all right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut this down early. Like I said, not early, but I mean, I've been doing about 30-minute things. I'm just going to do Wednesday and Friday this week. I'm not going to do, because I'm not going to be from the car. Kind of this week is going to be get stuff done before the kids go back to school. And then because my routine's going to all change again next week. So I got to get back in the flow with the new routine and stuff. So hopefully today, like tomorrow, me and my son are going to set up everything in here. We're going to build my desk and hopefully get this office completely set up. But take this week to just kind of decompress from last week. I made enough money last week to hold over for this week. As far as our savings accounts and stuff. So definitely look forward. Like I said, no auction this week. I'm going to post that on my community tab. We're going to go out to dinner, celebrate my son's birthday, and then we'll be back next week ready to rock and roll. So appreciate everybody that's supporting me. The channel where I said we're about 890-ish hours away from getting monetized. So I appreciate everybody who's been watching the videos. I am going to get a video recorded tonight after the kids go to bed. I'm going to do a Uber Eats video on Uber Eats and kind of the pros and cons and whether it's worth it. So be looking for that to drop sometime this week. And then, like I said, I'm going to get the office built. The live streams will go. They're already scheduled for Wednesday and Friday. And then we'll be back to the normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the Wednesday night auction next week. So everybody have a great rest of your day today. Great rest of your day tomorrow. Go out and do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else. I appreciate you guys taking that time out of your day in midweek. And like I said, let's go do big things this week. Let's make stuff happen this week. And for me, my eBay store is in dire need of some love. And so I got a bunch of shoes getting ready to get listed. So appreciate you guys. As always, stay humble, stay hungry, stay focused. And until next time, peace.